2023 is gonna be a big year for VR. So let's take a look at some of the most anticipated virtual reality games that we know are coming soon. We'll be covering options for the Oculus Quest 2, PCVR, and PSVR 2 with actual confirmed release windows. But if you want a video covering the best VR games you can play right now, let us know in the comments. Alright, let's get right into it. Starting off with a first-person shooter and strategy option for the Quest 2, Guardian's Frontline has been upgraded from the App Lab and given a full-scale release. The developers describe it as a love letter to StarCraft and Halo, and the inspiration is evident. With single-player, co-op, and PvP first-person sci-fi action like Halo, but also mixes in the strategy of purchasing defensive and offensive structures like StarCraft. Guardians was pretty popular in the App Lab, and there's a good amount of excitement to jump into a more polished version. You can still jump into the original Guardians for $20 to get a sense of what you're in for when Frontline comes out early this year. If you'll be getting your hands on the PSVR 2 headset, this summer you can check out Crossfire's Sierra Squad, a first-person shooter in the vein of Call of Duty. With over 60 campaign missions, 39 different weapon types, and classic over-the-top military action sequences, we're looking forward to seeing how this one runs on the PS5. Now, there's unfortunately no PvP available, but you can still jump into a co-op session with up to 4 players. Into the Darkness has been delayed a couple of times, but at the moment it's listing a 2023 release, and we really hope to play it soon. Obviously inspired by Boneworks, Into the Darkness features physics-based action and puzzles in a futuristic narrative where humanity is transferring their consciousness to machine bodies. Things don't turn out so well. This one will be coming to PCVR, and hopefully we'll get a release date soon. For some other narrative options, and one that you can play with some friends, is Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord. Coming to both Quest and PSVR 2. Throw on your boiler suits and head to San Francisco for an immersive experience in the lighthearted world inspired by the movies. You'll be able to capture ghosts alone or tackle the campaign with up to 3 friends in co-op. For other VR games based on on-screen franchises, take a look at Stranger Things VR, coming to major VR platforms by the end of the year. It's a pretty cool concept if you're a fan of the show. You get to play a first-person perspective of the transformation from 1 to Vecna after 11 pushes you through the portal to the Upside Down. Hopefully, we'll get more details soon on which platforms this one will be coming to. Another adaptation coming to your headset is Peaky Blinders: The King's Ransom. Cillian Murphy and Paul Anderson are back to reprise their roles on the gritty streets in 1920s Birmingham. You get inducted into the Shelby's gang and soon get sucked into their battles, and fans of the show will get to explore some familiar locations. The graphics in King's Ransom are not great, but the gameplay does look like a fun time. You can pick this one up for the Quest 2 and Pico 4 on March 9th. After the success of the first 2 games, the Horizon series is coming to VR as one of PlayStation VR 2's Day 1 releases. Call of the Mountain will be a new story in the franchise, putting you in the shoes of Reyes for a 6 to 7 hour adventure up the mountain, fighting the machines along the way. As PlayStation's biggest Day 1 release, we expect Call of the Mountain to really show off PSVR 2's technology. The game looks specifically amazing. It might just be VR's best-looking game to date. And with Sony's haptic feedback tech, we're excited to see how immersive things will feel when shooting your bow. Next up, in case you're into getting spooked while in virtual reality, you can also jump into Resident Evil Village VR on February 22nd when PSVR 2 releases. Keep in mind that this is a free DLC, and you will need Resident Evil Village in order to play it. But so far, playtesters have said that the level of environment interaction in this one is incredible. And again, the graphics running off the PS5 are game-changing. Propagation Paradise Hotel is another horror option if you're on Quest or PCVR. You've been separated from your sister, and you'll have to survive through the hotel's various zombies and monsters as you collect resources to survive each floor's nightmares. You'll get a different set of tools to help you in various stages of stealth and action as you search your way through the dark halls and rooms. And this one will be dropping this spring. For a complete opposite and more laid-back experience, Across the Valley will be coming to PCVR and PSVR 2 this year. Work to keep your crops and animals happy and healthy, with plenty of small tasks to do around the farm. We love relaxing options like these. They're great for putting on some soft music in the background and tending to your tomatoes for an afternoon. If you like Sims, then this could be one for you. For a higher octane sim, Gran Turismo VR just got announced at CES for PSVR 2 as a free update to GT7. It'll be among the day one releases with the headset, and with how beautiful GT7 looks, we're excited to actually jump into the driver's seat with this one. Finally, there's a handful of games that we're particularly interested in playing, but unfortunately, they don't have a specific release date yet. Pirates VR Jolly Roger. This one would be incredible to see in 2023. Visually, it looks amazing, and the amount of different gun and swordplay potential, mixed with puzzles and cool environments, really makes this one a big anticipated game. Another one that could feature a great narrative would be Blunt Force, putting you in the shoes of a World War II spy. The graphics and action already look satisfying, but if they can nail the story elements as well, this one would jump on a lot of people's lists. Next, Red Flowers gets a lot of comparison to the movement style in Stride, but with hack-and-slash gameplay with a samurai sword. Red Flowers came from App Lab. You can play the beta now and see if the full version makes it to your watch list. Finally, we have Lo-Fi, an ambitious open-world VR game being developed by an ex-Rockstar dev, who describes the experience as more of holodeck rather than traditional VR. You play as a police officer in City Block 303 in a cyberpunk-inspired world, and there's no linear gameplay. You can apparently do what you want in the open world, and according to Blair Renault's Twitter, this one could come soon after PSVR 2's release, and if it holds true to its promises, a VR open world could be a huge deal. Now that's our list. Are there any VR titles that we missed? Which games are you excited about? Will you be getting PSVR 2? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you down there.